doing whatever. Goldust isn't, or Dustin Runnels, whatever. He's incredible to watch sometimes, and likewise with Chavo. Definitely, I would have always kind of not really taken Chavo too seriously, but to watch him wrestle for 25-30 minutes, he can really pull out the all the stops.
It's nice to see Goldust moving to Smackdown.
Yeah, they should do something with Goldust. You know, I know he had his peak a couple of years ago, but I think he's got a bit of juice left in the tank.
It's that old thing, isn't it, where you hear of the WWE writers, they apparently have such trouble finding storylines for some of the best guys. I mean, somebody said, was it Jim Cornette, or somebody on some podcast said, fire the fucking writers.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, we should probably touch on, speaking of Smackdown, exactly tying these topics in together, and something that I just am appalled with, and it's probably my biggest thing that I've been appalled with in the week of wrestling that it was, and that is the pairing of Furmania, R-Truth and John Morrison, the team of R-Truth and John Morrison. I'll repeat that, R-Truth and John Morrison, the team of R-Truth and John Morrison, are going into Mania to take on The Miz and Big Show for unified tag titles. I mean, God knows that is just horrendous.
Certainly not fans of team of combinations, and this one no different. R-Truth and John Morrison are teaming up at Wrestlemania to take on
Big Show and Miz. Yeah.
Show Miz. So it looks like that's one of our big matches that we are going to have to shell out money for to watch on the pay-per-view. And that seems like a match we could see on any old TV taping.
Yeah, it's even at that, it's a bad SmackDown match. It's a bad Superstars match. You could put it anywhere on a house show, it's going to be bad. Potentially two guys who would have been great for Money in the Bank. I know Morrison was highlighted over the last year or two, but R-Truth and John Morrison, they can really deliver, I think, when the pressure is on, and you know, they're good for the spots when they need to be too.
I was saying this earlier, that perhaps the decision should have been that maybe they would have not gone ahead with this Shawn Michaels Undertaker rematch for the next WrestleMania. That maybe it should have been DX, perhaps for the last time ever, taking on Show Miz at WrestleMania. It's not like they've got anything better for Triple H to do.
Yeah, I think that would be terrible as well, though. Either way you put it. Probably it would be better and would make more sense than R-Truth and John Morrison. The team of R-Truth and John Morrison. Why they even bother, it's beyond me. The unified belts, again, it's just something that's so lacking is their tag division. And you know, when you think of the good old days with the Rockers and Demolition and you know, even the Powers of Pain, Strikeforce, the old school tag teams, and you know, you can still remember them all, and they had some really good matches, and even on the Manias and in the Rumbles and across the board, it's missing tag team in WWE. Yeah, it's not good.
So R-Truth and John Morrison defeating Crime Time and the Hart Dynasty in a unified tag team title qualifying match. Pretty much wraps it up for SmackDown this week here on the Wrestledope Wrestling Radio Podcast. And as always, just to let you know, you're watching the justin.tv live video and audio stream. That's where you can hear us recording the podcast live each and every week. You can download the file on Sunday evening from WrestleDope.com and WrestleDope.podomatic.com. That's where you'll find us each and every week. Now to move on, more of this week's TV programming, and we're going to speak a bit about FCW, Florida Championship Wrestling, which this week I made sure I watched every bit of, and I have to say I did enjoy some of the matches and characters that I saw on television. And first of all, let's mention without hesitation that Dusty Rhodes is in fact the commentator. Absolutely wonderful to hear the American Dream on there each and every week.
Yeah, his commentary is just genius. I think he's very entertaining, very funny, and even his last week's stuff with Byron Saxton was quite funny, and his tangents there tend to be quite funny too. Asking did they fire Josh Matthews? Well,
I like that.
NXT last week. I thought that was pretty funny. Dusty's cool. I like Dusty a lot.
One of the primary reasons that you can tune in each and every week and not worry that you're not going to know a single name on there. First of all, you're welcomed by the dulcet tones, if you like, of Dusty Rhodes. He's unmistakable, that voice. And as you have dubbed him, the man of sax, Byron Saxton.
Byron Saxton, yeah, he is the man of sax. Sax on the beach, Mr. Byron Saxton. I like his commentary, and I think he within time would be a good addition to any of the big three, or maybe the big two, with SmackDown and Raw. But excuse me. Yeah, Byron Saxton, he's a cool guy.
Byron Saxton, the man of sax. That's officially the Wrestledope title for Byron. And certainly at one point in time, we hope to speak to Byron and all the FCW talent, because I know that one thing those guys are going to need is to learn how to talk to the media. We're the media, right?
We're the media. So, Byron Saxton, you better get your stuff together, because who knows, someday we could be interviewing you, and you better have all the sax you can for us heavy hitters.
Officially dubbing the Wrestledope podcast as, well, the media. That's what we're calling ourselves now. We are, in fact, the wrestling media, and indeed, we like to speak about wrestling. That's one thing we did say last week, and that's our motto, was that we will speak about wrestling and not UFC or MMA. We have no problem with UFC or MMA, but it is something that we have absolutely zero interest in. Now, we're speaking about FCW, and as I said, Dusty Rhodes on commentary was fantastic, welcoming you in, and certainly giving you that familiar feeling. AJ Lee, the queen of FCW, I think that she is in fact a new Melina under development, and she certainly had that look about her. I definitely think that she could be pushed if given the opportunity. And AJ Lee with Johnny Prime defeated Penny Cash and Donnie Marlowe. Certainly standing out of that crowd was the Queen of FCW, AJ Lee.
Yeah, AJ Lee, I'm down with AJ Lee. I think she would be a great addition to SmackDown or Raw in the future. And you're right about Melina, and actually kind of in parts reminded me of Roxy a little bit as well, with the kind of in-ring ability, and it'd be interesting to see if she can really deliver on the mic as well as she can in the ring, because it kind of took me off guard. Definitely want to watch AJ Lee.
Wes Briscoe took on Heath Slater. These guys still look like young stars developing. It looks like they've got a bit of a ways to go yet. At least Heath Slater getting that opportunity on primetime television via WWE next, and maybe Wes Briscoe will follow shortly. It remains to be seen. But one of the things about this match was Heath Slater pretty much went over. He got the win and then stopped selling very, very quickly. He jumped up and started dancing. What about that match you were just in that went on for about 10 minutes?
Yeah, that's Heath Slater all out. The rock star without the instrument, as he likes to call himself. An interesting guy, definitely, but there's a fine line between selling and not selling, and think Heath Slater needs to walk down that path and have a look around at the houses a little bit more, you know.
Great to see Savannah announcing, and also another new face in there, Courtney Taylor,